sacrificing Ishmael. When Ishmael grew to become a young boy, Abraham had a shocking dream in which he was commanded by God to sacrifice his own child Ishmael by his own hands. Abraham was quite sure that his dream was a divine inspiration from God and was far from the devilish temptations of Satan. Knowing this truth, and with a heart full of faith, he tried to prepare himself to obey God's command accordingly. He went to his child in order to inform him of God's will and said, "My child, I have been commanded by God to sacrifice you for him." Ishmael, who was the son of a faithful and honorable man, and himself a pious subject of God, said, "You, father, carry out your mission just as you were commanded, and in God's will you shall find me to be among the most patient subjects." In the desert of Mena, Abraham laid his son's head down on the ground and prepared to perform his heavenly mission. At this time, Ishmael said, "Dear father, now that I am destined to die, tie the ropes so tight that while my soul is parting from my body, I won't struggle much, lest I would enjoy less reward for obeying this divine command. I shall also ask you not to stand too close to me, for my blood may splash up on you and your clothes, and mother, noticing the blood stains, won't be able to keep her patience. Meanwhile, sharpen your knife as much as possible so that I have the least pain while my head is being cut off, because death is far too hard to stand." Abraham brought down the knife on his son's throat, and with his great heartily sorrow tried to cut it. But in God's will, the knife failed to cut, and could not harm him at all. It was at this time that God sent him the divine revelation, which said, "Thou, Abraham, you have rushed to perform your heavenly mission willingly, and in this way you proved your submission and devotion to God." The Almighty God, having examined Abraham's devotion, sent a sheep to be sacrificed instead of Ishmael, and thereafter sacrificing an animal became a religious tradition in Mena, and each year pilgrims sacrifice an animal in that desert in memory of Ishmael's sacrificing day.